Hi everyone, so I want to share some information that I think is very important for anyone who's using the RodeLink system, and some tips about that, because if you have a cable that breaks like mine did, then you won't actually be able to use the RodeLink. For example, my Ultradisc lavalier microphone here, about a £10 microphone, works great with almost everything else, but it won't work with RodeLink. It creates just loads of noise. It picks up the sort of the signal from the transmitter and just sends it back into the transmitter. It makes some, just terrible noise. By the way, I'm not being negative about the RodeLink system or about Rode. I love the RodeLink system, and I love the microphone that comes with it. I was told by a friend that the Aspen microphones, the Aspen lav mics, actually do work with this. So those are about $45. I haven't tried them myself, but they should be very high quality, very decent for the price. So as a backup, if you need a backup, which I definitely do recommend, then you can pick up one of those. I'll put a link down below. Unfortunately, they're not available in the UK, as far as I know at the moment. So I'm just going to be getting a replacement cable. But now let's get to that. First of all, an important tip, the cable here, when it's connected to the RodeLink, it sticks out of the top. I was very careful with this, but I guess just a few times where this got pressed or pulled a tiny bit, even though I was very careful with it, then that got damaged or whatever. So now, if I moved it to the correct position, it would work, but bending it in one direction made it not work. So basically faulty, unusable. And so I would recommend, get a piece of tape, wrap it in some tape or something to try and remove stress from that area where it bends. Now, I think possibly the best thing you can do to protect your Rode cable is to get a little extension piece like this, and it can be coiled or not coiled. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a decent quality. It doesn't need to be expensive, but just something decent. You want it to not rattle around in there so it doesn't cause noise when it moves around, and you want it to not pick up interference from this, which I guess might happen with some cables. I'm not really sure. Basically, this is going to be much cheaper to replace than this. Now, this little extension piece is going to be protecting your Rode in two different ways. First of all, if this thing gets touched or pulled or pressed or whatever, it's putting pressure on this much cheaper cable, which also hopefully should hold up to a little bit more abuse than this thing did, in my experience. Now, the second way that this is going to be protecting the Rode cable is that we're no longer using a screwed-in connection. This thing can just pull out, which means that if the cable gets pulled, it should hopefully get just detached rather than putting pressure on this piece. And of course, if you get a coiled one, then that also gives you a little bit of bounce in case it gets pulled. It is an expensive microphone, definitely worth its cost, especially compared to other professional microphones. And it's awesome that it's detachable, because then if you break the cable, with other professional microphones, you'd have to either send the entire microphone in for repair, or just throw the microphone away. But the one that comes with the RodeLink isn't detachable. It's glued in place. It's, as far as I can tell, the exact same product that Rode advertised as detachable with a replaceable cable. Same everything except a different box. So same specs, same accessories. It looks exactly the same. The cable was glued to here at the what they call the Micon connector. It was glued with some really tough glue. Took me about half an hour to try and remove that, and then eventually I found pliers that would work. You do need locking pliers. You need to pull this little sort of protective sleeve back, this plastic sleeve right there. And you need to grip that at the correct point over here. And then you need to use some needle nose pliers, locking needle nose, which I don't have. All I had was these. Luckily, they have this gear system here, which allow you to give more pressure into your grip there. My opinion is that Rode should not be doing this. When it comes with a RodeLink, it's not. They don't tell you. Maybe it's written somewhere in some sort of small print or something. I never saw that information that this is not removable. I was under the impression that it is removable. And it sort of is, but when you remove it, you're very likely to cause cosmetic damage to this, or maybe some actual damage to this. I mean, this feels like a very, very strong capsule right here. It was just, scratching the outside of the metal there. Once you remove that, then you suddenly have a system that's as good as it should be with a removable, replaceable cable. Now, this is not very cheap to replace. It's £25, but that's much better than spending £140 for a brand new microphone. Hopefully, Rode agreed to replace this, even though it has this cosmetic damage around there, which is not actually the part that's broken. The part that's broken is over here. And as you can see, there's glue residue right there. If I show you that compared to the other side, you can see that's got some glue residue. I don't know why they've glued this in place. I think that's a terrible idea. Not very user friendly. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this information useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if anyone has the RodeLink system, do let me know if your one is glued in place as well, because that doesn't make sense to me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Visit my channel for lots more awesome filmmaking and photography videos, like lighting techniques, DIY projects, behind the scenes tutorials, cameras, lenses, adapters, shoulder rigs, stabilizers, flashes, LEDs, microphones, bags, straps, studio backgrounds, tripods, float heads, sliders, multi-tools, and lots more cool stuff.